It's an action-packed USL League One match in the Evergreen State. Velocity FC welcoming the Triumph to town. Greenville seek consecutive wins for just the second time this year. Spokane looked to rebound after going winless across their last two matches. Josh Lill set to bring you all the action. Sponsored by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. And with a 4-0 Naples victory over AV Alta, Velocity FC are in the playoffs for the second year in a row. Congratulations to ownership, Lee Veidman and the coaching staff, the incredible players, and most importantly, the fans. Naples and Knoxville are also in the postseason, and Westchester would be eliminated tomorrow night with a loss to Forward Madison. And looking at the last time these two teams got together, it was all Spokane. Back on March 29th, Luis Gil and Anwar Pelaez bagged braces each. It could have been a hat trick for Gil if it was not for a penalty kick saved by Gunther Rankenberg. Now Greenville, they were dominant in many areas, shots, possession, and touches in the opponent's box, but Spokane's defense, it was good then and it's better now. Lee Veidman knows Greenville's most dangerous asset is their adaptability, but the question for the hosts is, can they sustain and protect late leads? Now lately, Nico Brett, he has been red hot, 3 goals and 1 assist across his last 3 matches, but look, the club, they've struggled when Colombian striker Anwar Pelaez has not played. His size and finishing ability, it wreaks havoc on the attack. Now Spokane, they need a productive sort of chaos, and Pelaez brings that every day. They dropped a result on Sunday, just the first loss after scoring the opening goal since the club's first ever match against Greenville in 2024. Well, big news for Greenville. Evan Lee could be the first USL 1 Bi-Centurion in the history of the league tonight with an appearance. And Coach Wright and the veteran midfielder have a very close relationship, have spent all 7 years of the club's history together. And heck, even former Greenville coach John Harkes called Lee Rick's son throughout his time with the club. Lee is a level-headed player. He makes smart plays. He's also one of 17 players to make over 100 appearances with one League One club. Well, Velocity FC had their first ever match as a club against Greenville. It was a loss on the road. Their Triumph, just 2 road wins this year. They need number 3 to stay near the playoff line. And Lee Veidman, the road begins to the title as they are officially in the postseason. Starters to kick off, up next.
I got it.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Starting lineups brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. For Lee Veidman, Carlos Marancio in net, top 3 in the league. In shutouts and saves made, David Garcia, the joint highest scoring center back in League One history, holding down the fort. Ishjome replacing Derek Waldeck tonight, who is unavailable, not in squad. Siobhan John Brown, a key passer in the final third, very critical in the distribution of the ball going forward for Greenville. And Rick Wright, it's Gunther Rankenberg between the sticks, 5 shutouts in 22 starts this year. Connor Evans, the first-year pro, valuable in his chance creation, key in the midfield. Evan Lee, Mr. Greenville, lined up top with Ro Papa-Mensah, coming off of a hat trick against Fort Madison. And Leo Castro, back in squad. He's been out with a lower body injury over the last 8 matches. Spokane debuting their gray kits with white letters and numbers. Louise Hill will get things started. Greenville in their white kits, green shorts, and green letters and numbers. Spokane will be going right to left, Greenville left to right. 72 degrees and sunny skies in the Pacific Northwest. Spokane are in the playoffs for those who missed our opening segment. Naples with a dominant victory. And for the second year in a row, Spokane begin their road to the league title, needing a key 3 points to chase the Players' Shield now. Josh Lill with you this evening, pleased to be with you. And for Spokane, who is just a second-year club, they have a lot of rich history with Greenville. Ball up ahead into the box, threatening chance, and handled nicely there into the hands of Gunther Rankenberg. Lee Wiedman, the head coach for Spokane Velocity FC, at the helm for as many years of existence as the club. Lee Wiedman, it's fair to say he knows adversity. Look at the end of last year. Went winless in several consecutive matches to close out the season. Went on a run to the USL 1 title as that cross deflected out of play. Siobhan Marsh forced to challenge Lucky Oprah there. And we will have our first corner kick brought to you by ICCU, your financial success fan club. Neil Vinyals to stand over this ball, the all-time assist leader and chance creator in the history of USL League One. Has 21 helpers to his name. Outswinging ball headed by who it appears to be Miller, and it's off frame. Keys to the game presented by Ford for Spokane. It's defend the 18-yard box. They conceded 57 crosses against Omaha and allowed that game-winning goal via the corner kick against Chattanooga. It's important to keep the area clean. For Greenville, they literally have to do disservice towards Spokane. They have to take crosses both off of open play and set pieces. And without Derek Waldeck tonight, that job should be a little bit easier for Rick Wright. But they have to be careful of the service into the box by Spokane, as that one is cleared away near the touchline. Rick Wright in his second year leading Greenville. 28 wins, 27 losses, and 13 draws across all competitions. Throw in near side by Oprah. Headed away by Evan Lee, who officially has 200 appearances in League One across all competitions. The first ever player to achieve that feat. Congratulations to Lee, his family, and the Greenville organization as a whole. What a night this could be for Evan Lee. Hasn't scored a goal since the league semifinal back on November 9th against Union Omaha, who went on to win the championship. Justin St. Pierre, the head official tonight. And the injury report brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic. Nothing to report for either side. Lee Viedman was quite pleased that his club had 100% availability. Something that means a lot to him and the staff. Veteran presence, a key part of the offseason movement for Spokane Velocity FC. And there is quality up and down this lineup as that cross. Dangerous in the moment. Unable to test Spokane, it's Zeke Soto. Pressure still put on. Connor Evans working inside. That's off the head of Cameron Miller. Greenville threatening. And it just has to feel great for the coaches of Triumph SC to have Leo Castro back. Out the last 8 matches, available off the bench. And just due to overall numbers, Ben Sikowski unavailable as Zane Bubb is fit and able to play, and Sebastian Velasquez trained really hard this week, and Coach Wright and the rest of the staff giving him the match off. Spokane coming off of a heartbreaking loss to Chattanooga. It was quite an interesting first half as the club led in shots, possession, corner kicks, touches in the opponent's 18-yard box, and final third entries. But with just one shot on target, unable to test Jason Smith at a somewhat average rate. They would go on to score in the 62nd minute, courtesy of Nico Brett. Siobhan Marsh, positive movement looking for Mensah. It finds Lee. And after Brett's goal, it would be 2 unanswered for Chattanooga to put it away. And this right now, the longest winless skid in the history of Spokane, as Brett collects the long ball. Has a streaking heel down that central column, but opts with Neil Vignals. Lewis to heel. Brett backing down his defender, goes down. Vignals trying to get to the ball and beat to the spot. Cross attempt deflected and right into the arms of Gunther Rankenberg. Early test for Greenville defensively, and they stand strong. Velocity FC so dangerous at the edge of the area. The poise of Andre Lewis to find players on the outer flanks has given variety to this Spokane attack. Which has fallen winless across their last 3. And the last time that happened, well, it was across the end of 2024 and the start of 2025. A loss in the title game and then winless across the first 2 to begin this season. And with a Chattanooga loss tonight, valuable points on the line for Lee Viedman. Mentioned atop the broadcast, it had been 23 matches since Spokane had scored first in a League One game and went on to lose. And that was the club's first ever game on the road against Greenville. John Brown inside. You could call that one a schross, a mix between a cross and a shot. Nonetheless, it goes out for a goal kick. Siobhan John Brown has been a nice addition to Spokane this year. Just can't find the run of Luis Heel. But in the absence of Pierre Reedy on the left side, he has brought life to the right half of this Spokane attack. Vignal's cutting in, has Luis Heel, and he misses to the right. He had a brace in March against Greenville. And the captain very close to striking early in half number 1. Vignal's putting his defender on ice. It doesn't get much closer than that for Luis Heel. You can expect he'll be hunting a makeup. 5 goals and 3 assists in league play this year for Heel. Greenville on the road here. Had one of their better victories against Ford Madison. Abro Papa Mensa hat trick occurring in just 36 minutes. And the Ghanaian international has recorded hat tricks in back-to-back years. Did so with Chattanooga Red Wolves SC in 2024. Greenville able to turn the history books as they defeated Madison for the first time since July 2nd of 2023. That's 4 games without a victory for triumph. And just a positive note to work off of as they are in a tough road test here tonight. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Fuel in the tank early on here for Spokane. Nothing to show for it on the score sheet, but a couple of early shots have made Gunther Rankenberg break a bit of a sweat. Greenville owned the all-time series, 2 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. Only loss for them coming back in March, as mentioned at the top of the broadcast. Anwar Pelaez and Lucky Oprah have had their fingerprints all over this matchup's history. 3 goals for the Colombian striker and 2 assists for the former Northern Colorado man. As Lee dispossessed, Evans sticking with it, and Heel controls. Champa Herrera forcing Vignals off his heel, but able to stick with it. Oprah looking for that underlapping feed from Siobhan John Brown. And there it is, but just cannot connect with Lucky Oprah. That is the bread and butter between Oprah and Siobhan John Brown. You don't see them not connect on many occasions, but they share a bit of a chuckle there. Lee with room to work. No goal contributions in league play this year for the 31-year-old from Toledo, Ohio. And with all the accolades under the name of Evan Lee, the grittiness and determination of Lee has been on full display this year as Neil Vinyals is down. Justin St. Pierre set to check on one of the better attacking midfielders in the history of USL League One. Able to get up off his own power. You see Evan Lee there. And at one point, was not even in the matchday squad for Rick Wright. He holds himself to a high standard every match, regardless of the accolades that he's been given over time. Never complained about being dropped from the lineup and just worked his way back in. That's the mark of a true leader as he checks on Neil Vinyals. David Garcia, the mainstay at center back for Spokane, also getting checked on by the training staff and will be subbed off here. Jalen Chrysler will come on for Garcia, and not a good sight for Spokane. And our best wishes with David Garcia and the rest of the Spokane club. David Garcia walking up and off on his own power, and in comes Chrysler, who's brought in from One Knoxville. Didn't have a single League One appearance until the month of July. Started in the last 4 of 5 matches and scored 2 goals in that span. Chrysler, along with Garcia, has scored 6 goals in his career, joint high among League One center backs all time. The reason Chrysler was in the starting lineup was a head injury to Cameron Miller, who made his way back into the starting 11 for the first time since sustaining his injury last time on Sunday against Chattanooga. USL on CBS Sports Network closes out September with a championship Western Conference showdown of teams in the thick of the playoff hunt. New Mexico United take on Lexington SC in a battle for valuable points on Sunday, September 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Greenville, 10th in the league table, trailing AV Alta by just 3 points. Brian Claben's side going down in ugly fashion in Southwest Florida to FC Naples. Opens the floodgates here for Greenville to make their way back in the playoff conversation. Tight quarters here for Ish Joe. Joan goes down, the crowd pleading for a foul, and they will get it. Zeke Soto having, we'll say, friendly words for Justin St. Pierre. Soto, at just 18 years old, the San Diego native, has been around over the past couple of years. Grew up in the Houston Dynamo Academy. Took part in 20 matches with Dynamo's reserve team in MLS Next Pro. Worked his way into the USL Championship. Finds himself playing meaningful minutes in the final month of the 2025 regular season. Ball in, headed down, finds no one. And it's out for a goal kick. Cameron Miller, so often the intended target on set pieces, unable to test Gunther Rankenberg. Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our charity of the month. It's more than a home, it's a way to give back. Please visit our site at www.windermerefoundation.com. Possession 50-50 right now. Both these clubs, you can argue, don't need the ball to succeed. They've proven they could live without it. Spokane has been more active at the edge of the area as that shot rifled just over the crossbar. Incredible find. And a near finish there by Lucky Oprah. Former player of the week in the first month of the season. Having a go with his left foot. Greenville looking to play out of the back. It can be quite challenging as Miller intercepting. Body on the line there. Works out in the favor of Spokane, who aren't scoring a whole ton of goals as of late. 6th most in the league with 35. But it's that conversion rate that's been so dangerous. Vinyals putting his defender on ice. It's Vinyals, and that one stopped by Rankenberg. And one of the best chance creators in the history of the league has put DJ Benton on ice already twice inside the first 22 minutes. Long ball played to Siobhan John Brown. Looking for the finish. Here's Nico Brett. Brett stopping, deflected shot, and saved by Rankenberg. Spokane putting on the pressure. They are tired of not picking up results, and accountability has been the main theme for Lee Veidman and the rest of the Spokane club over the past couple of weeks. They've been looking to convert. Greenville can say the same. Cross by Siobhan Marsh. Knocked away and out of play. Siobhan Marsh, like his former Chattanooga man, Ropapa Mensah, also with a hat trick here in 2025. But Neil Vinyals, my goodness. DJ Benton not standing a chance, and Siobhan John Brown finding Nico Brett. That one going off the leg of the defender. And Spokane unable to put it away on the rebound. Can Connor Evans connect here on this ICCU corner kick? Evans, such a delight in his first year as a professional. Ball lofted to the backside. Marancio untested. And played on the near touchline. Nice run by Siobhan John Brown. Unconventional to see him on the left side. And Andre Lewis with a quick one-touch pass. Luis Heel making a run. It's threatening, and Heel taken down in the area. The crowd is livid for no penalty call. And it looked like Marsh might have caught his leg. Both parties with immediate comments toward Justin St. Pierre, and Lee Veidman in the position of a praying mantis right now, looking for an explanation from the fourth official. Excellent find by Siobhan John Brown, all set up by Andre Lewis. But there is Siobhan Marsh striking the ball. Might have caught the backside of Luis Heel, but there is no VAR in USL League One, so we'll play on with that call. That's a tough challenge by Marsh. You have to sell it confidently. And able to make contact with the ball. Sets Greenville up with a chance to silence Spokane. execution, such a hard piece of the game of football, as Lee Wiedemann alluded to in our days leading up to the match. It just hurt for the club, conceding late against both Omaha and Chattanooga. Against Chattanooga, Scott McKenzie's side forced Spokane to actually sit lower with how direct they play. And against a team like Chattanooga, and the way that Omaha had life at the end of the midweek match of just 1 week ago, or a week and a half ago for that matter of fact, the second and third chances become that much more imminent in the final moments of a game. Lee Wiedemann looking to capitalize on more scoring chances tonight. That cross by Siobhan John Brown deflected and out for an ICCU corner kick. Your Financial Success Fan Club. All three have been from the far side of the pitch. With Derek Waldeck not in squad tonight, Hugh Vignals, the designated man for these situations. Outswinging ball, edge of the 6, and headed back. Vignals to chase Jalen Chrysler and Cameron Miller, the intended receivers, as Miller might have collided with Connor Evans. Rodrigo Robles hopelessly sending that ball out of play. Rick Wright noted coming into the match, speed is such a big part of Spokane's success. The quickness sets up the excellent opportunities they have on the service of the ball. As Evans able to safely clear it out of the 18. And an error there by Siobhan John Brown. Rick Wright disappointed to not be on the touchline for the Ford Madison match. The staff taking over, led by Mark Ward, as Luis Heel threatening in the area. Kicked back out to Andre Lewis and trickles away. Nice win back by Vignals. Might have taken a knock to his right hand. And Siobhan John Brown with an acrobatic keep, and it forces a throw-in. Well, you don't see that every day. A hustle play by Siobhan John Brown keeps the momentum with the hosts. And those are the effort plays that can win you the big matches. Lucky Oprah on the far side. For Miller, it's punched away by Rankenberg and off the head of Colin Fernandez. Oprah set up for the cross. Might have looked to go on goal. It'll be a throw-in from a tricky position for the Triumph. Tune into the CBS Sports Golazo Network on October 4th for the Jägermeister Cup final. From 38 clubs down to 2. Group 1 winner Sacramento Republic FC take on Wild Card Hartford Athletic at 10 p.m. Eastern for their shot at Jägermeister Cup glory, all on Golazo October 4th. And Rick Wright put together one heck of a run with his side, the final League One team remaining in the second-year USL tournament. They fell to Hartford Athletic on the road. Those valuable reps against a championship side could be critical here in the final month of the League One season. To be able to see that higher level of competition at a consistent rate. And that's ever so important. "72 degrees in Spokane right now. And things warming up on the attack for Greenville. Ball inside, Siobhan Marsh on an island by himself. Forced around by Cameron Miller. Mensah with it, dancing, and that shot blocked at the edge of the 18. One-timer by Connor Evans.
Where is it going?
That one off frame, but a dangerous chance for Greenville. Ranzio has yet to be tested, but it's due to, in part, the stellar play of that back line. Cameron Miller finding Marsh, and Lewis able to distract Ropapa Mensah. And a little too much mustard on that hot dog by Connor Evans, as we're just beyond the half-hour mark. For those who were not able to tune in for the opening segment in the first 30 minutes, due to an Avialta loss on the road to FC Naples, Spokane Velocity in the playoffs for the second year in a row, and in as many years as existing. Knoxville and Naples also joining Velocity FC as the second through fourth teams to make the postseason in 2025. Taken away, the Bicentenarian Evan Lee with it. Has his pocket picketed, and in transition comes Spokane. Third most shots in the league from the fast break. But taking their time here, Lewis finds the run of Siobhan John Brown. Looking for Nico Brett, and it's sent wide. Heel keeps it for Vinyals, floating for Brett, and knocked away by DJ Benton. Very much a bend, don't break mentality for Greenville right now. Rankenberg has been tested, and when he hasn't gotten his hands on the ball, it's been circulated at the edge of the 6-yard area. Velocity FC bringing variety to their attack as Vinyals losing that ball out of play. There is a hydration break taking place here in the 32nd minute, brought to you by Powerade. Now the reasoning, it's not the heat because it's just 72 degrees, but rather the air quality. Hard to breathe right now in the Pacific Northwest. Both clubs will head to their respective benches. Lee Wiedman bringing out the whiteboard, drawing things out here for his guys, trying to find that right plan of attack for Greenville. For him, he never forgets that first match of his coaching days with Spokane last year in week 1. Bit of smog in the air, we could say. The mountains and evergreen trees in the distance. You have to squint your eyes almost to get the right picture. Rick Wright, Mark Ward and company getting strategy talked out. It's a Greenville side that has performed valiantly thus far tonight. While they've conceded shots on target, they've been able to work in the attacking half and threaten Spokane a bit. Have yet to test Carlos Morancio. Lee Wiedman knows that Greenville is a high crossing team, and they've prevented those chances thus far tonight. His side double the amount of Rick Wright's, 10-5 on crosses. They've taken that away, but can they shore up play in the box? As mentioned, that has been an issue as of late. And Rick Wright told us in the midweek leading up to this game that every match has its challenge. There's no doubts, it's professional football. But this one specifically is a challenge within itself. They've had trouble dealing with the cross and the fast break, two things that Rick Wright was quite direct in telling us, saying we have to shut that down. It's one of Spokane's best attributes, and if you can take that away, give yourself a chance. Rick Wright in year number 2. Named Coach of the Week back in March for defeating Omaha. It was actually the club's first ever victory versus Los Bujos. We have to wonder if we'll see Leo Castro tonight, as he's been out the last 8 matches. Elite Minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game, and visit our website today. Greenville have yet to unlock Spokane on the attack, but it could start with that man, Connor Evans. Lead finding the run of Marsh. Greenville seeking out a cross, and it's Connor Evans. Hounded by Colin Fernandez. Ball inside, steered aside by Jalen Crisler. Evans defended closely. And this Spokane defense, which is compact, preventing the cross here early. Header. And pointing to the spot is the head referee, Justin St. Pierre. And Jalen Crisler can't believe it. He is livid. Felt like he had a fair opportunity on the ball, and Cameron Miller, Neil Vignals over to talk with St. Pierre. Lee Wiedemann, arms crossed and beginning to pace. Let's have a look here. Ball played into the area, and Crisler, they're going to get him for a shove with that right arm inside the 18-yard box. Justin St. Pierre getting a loud reaction full of disapproval from the Spokane fans, and it seems that every player wanting a reason. It's Chapa Herrera, the man at the spot. Herrera with 2 goals on the year. Seeking a chance here. He's 4 for 5 on the year. He's converted 3 times to the low right side. Can he beat Morancio? And Herrera converts. He goes top shelf from the spot, and Greenville have a 1-0 lead on the road. Nothing Carlos Morancio could do about it. And it starts here with the penalty conceded by Jalen Crisler. And Chapa Herrera, a veteran for this club. Lucky that ball didn't go much higher, but knew he had to put it completely out of the reach of Carlos Morancio. Herrera showing love to the Spokane fans in the crowd. It appears those boos might have helped him. Rodrigo Robles, it was tough to tell on the replay. With the jersey turned over, he wins the penalty and sets up Chapa Herrera, who simply converts and gives the Triumph a much-needed lead. We're 3 points out of the 9 spot. And with a struggling Charlotte side now in 8th. A chance here in the remaining days of September and the month of October for Rick Wright's squad to get back to the playoffs, which they have never missed in the history of their club. Spokane this year, 2 wins, 3 losses, and 2 draws, conceding the opening goal. That is now the 10th goal for Greenville in the final 15 minutes of play in the first half. Herrero winning a foul right on that center line. Benton keeps it in and nearly turns it over. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Ave, open 7 days a week. Greenville this year unbeaten when taking the lead first. 6-0-1 when doing so. That one non-win a loss. Foul drawn by Spokane, and what's interesting now is the response rate of Velocity FC. How much pressure do they put on Greenville here? So we're about 4.5 minutes from the announcement of stoppage time. No room to work. And send service into the area. Greenville have been so good in that area tonight. Siobhan John Brown finding the run of heel into the area. Andre Lewis. And that ball over the head of Nico Brett. That's often a play that you would see with Anwar Pelaez, someone who relies off of service from other teammates to convert scoring chances. But Nico Brett's someone who can do it on his own, on the ground or in the air, and create without the aid of his teammates. It'll be interesting to see if he gets a chance to do that here the rest of the match. Brown between 2 defenders. Heel, and that ball behind Andre Lewis, and a one-timer stuffed on the ground by Gunther Rankenberg. Heads-up play by Neil Vignals, making a trailing run behind Andre Lewis. An inaccurate ball. Still very dangerous and threatening here. Another Greenville triumph. Mensah. Dangerous territory. Pride free by Chrysler. One of the best teams on the fast break, getting a chance here late, and miscommunication between Vignals and Nico Brett. A lot of mental errors here late in the first half. Win big at Spokane's favorite casino, Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, located at Airway Heights. Greenville have only had 43% of the ball, but they're beginning to look a little more stable on the build. This first half very much alike the one on Sunday against Chattanooga for Velocity FC. Leading in possession shots, final third entries, and touches in the opponent's box, but nothing to show for it. Crafty passing by Vignals, taken out from underneath, and advantage played. There would have been a foul. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select the player's choice. And there is the one and only Select ball. It has a bit of green on it. That could be working in favor of the Triumph as Rankenberg sends it deep. And the veteran presence on this Greenville team, Evan Lee, Brandon Fricke. You can add Tyler Pollock in the conversation, all with over 160 appearances in the history of League One. And that feat accomplished tonight by Evan Lee for 200 appearances across all comps related to USL League One. That can very well be accomplished by Pollock and Fricke next year, as 4 minutes of stoppage time have been announced. And that is presented by Coeur d'Alene Casino. This corner kick brought to you by ICCU, your financial success fan club. Luis Gil looking to tack one on here to give Velocity FC something positive to head to the locker room with. It's a header by Chrysler. It takes a Greenville spin. Stoppage here by Justin St. Pierre. And the training staff on to check up with Ro Papa-Mensah. Chrysler again making contact in the air with Greenville players. Did so with Rodrigo Robles and now with Ro Papa-Mensah. Good to see him on his 2 feet. Mensah, a key off-season acquisition from the Chattanooga Red Wolves, and is red hot, 6 goals and 2 assists in his last 8 matches, and Rick Wright has just become the biggest Ro Papa-Mensah fan. Somebody he has described as not only a great athlete, but an even better human being. Mensah very active in the community, especially in the local clinics with the kids. Mensah had a tough start to the year due to visa issues. It took a while to get him fully fit. But he has found his groove late, and in the words of Rick Wright, we have yet to see the best of Ro Papa-Mensah yet. Siobhan Marsh up to Evan Lee. Ups to the far side, seeking out Marsh. And Carlos Marancio beating him to the ball. Just a matter of seconds until the approximate conclusion of stoppage time. Andre Lewis. Dangerous pass up the middle. Can Spokane keep? Yes, they do. It's Ishjome. Finds Vinyals. Swung around to Fernandez. Awkward pass with his left foot, but it finds Siobhan John Brown. Fernandez puts his defender on ice. Brett looking for the give and go. Velocity FC can't connect. And the hosts have to go quickly if they want to get one more scoring opportunity before the conclusion of the first half. Ball inside finds no one. And Greenville on pace to head to the locker room with a narrow but promising 1-0 lead. for Mensa. And rolls beyond Marsh. Robles on it. Has a cutting Evans. Who puts the brakes on and works his way to the ball. Fighting between Colin Fernandez and a trio of Spokane defenders. Evan Lee with a shot. And it's steered out of play. One more corner kick here. And Connor Evans taking his time getting to the spot for this ICCU corner kick. Wasting every precious second left. Not willing to give Spokane a chance to come back. Evans has 6 assists this year. He's the league leader in chance creators and crosses. Can he stir up some magic here? It's knocked down. Headed away by Brett. And Greenville can agree. They want to get out of this half unscathed, and they will. Rick right side going across the country and have a 1-0 lead at the break, courtesy of that man Chapa Herrera, but you have to give credit to Rodrigo Robles for drawing the penalty that paved the way for the El Paso native to convert from the spot. Nico Brett had a plethora of chances, but unable to put one by Gunther Rankenberg. A one-score game in the final League One match of the night. Neil Vignals, Luis Gil, and Spokane. Well, they've been threatening, but have not converted. This halftime score brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Stay with us. We have news, highlights, and stats from around the league coming up.
It's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Back here at One Spokane Stadium, Greenville leading Spokane 1-0 at the break. This halftime score brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. While we have a moment, let's take a look at our team of the week from USL League One. Sergio Ors Navarro making headlines. Braces in back-to-back matches. He's given not just life, but confidence to an Omaha side that they can make a run at the league title. And Mark McKeever named Coach of the Week. Now 5 consecutive wins for the Ibises, and somehow, in some way, they have jumped into playoff contention. Amal Knight, the former Lexington keeper, now a veteran for Charlotte, recorded a 6-save performance against Richmond. And Ropapa Mensah recorded his Greenville's second hat trick of the season. Gunther Rankenberg and Chapa Herrera also with Team of the Week honors. Now let's take a look at Goal of the Week, Save of the Week, and more news about the USL Jägermeister Cup Championship.
To the far side. Step and a shot, it's a score! Chattanooga come howling back, and it's Matthew Acosta with his first goal in a Red Wolves kit.
Towel towards the near post, finds its way all the way through, it's saved! Hunter Morse keeps it out!
Welcome to the road to the Jägermeister Cup final. The path to the knockouts went smoothly for Sacramento Republic FC, breezing through 3 wins in group play to win Group 1 with 9 points. The knockout rounds proved to be a bit tougher. Traveling cross-country to take on Loudoun United in the quarterfinal, the match would end in a scoreless draw, penalty kicks, securing the victory for the Republic. The semifinals took Sacramento to Rhode Island, where a competition record 5th clean sheet highlighted a 0-0 draw, leaving them at the mercy of penalties once again. Sacramento's cup keeper Jared Mazzola did not allow a goal to advance with a perfect PK performance. Hartford Athletic had a much wilder ride to the final and finished second in Group 4 to Rhode Island, but still racked up 9 points and snagged the final wildcard spot by playing to win, scoring 9 goals in the group to win the top tiebreaker over Louisville City. The quarterfinals took Hartford down south to San Antonio, where they took care of business 2-0. The semis brought the final League One team left standing to Hartford. Greenville Triumph pushed the Athletic until the final minutes. Marlon Hairston, Michi and Galena, decisive goals, winning 3-1. The final is set. Sacramento Republic FC and Hartford Athletic take their shot at glory to win the Jägermeister Cup.
Hartford Athletic gets to the Jägermeister Cup final.
Sacramento sweep the penalties! Sac Republic make another indomitable run to a cup final!
Bet on me. Tell them this like it.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a love friend. Take a love for free.
Today we went to the beach and it was
Put the love right on me.
totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Thomas Among finds the corner. He ties it up.
Line through Cicerone, what a banger! Oh, good night!
Wonderful scenes at One Spokane Stadium as Velocity FC are celebrating Indigenous Peoples Night here this evening. It's a 1-0 lead for Greenville on the road. The halftime score brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue. Open 7 days a week. Looking at news and notes from around the league, the USL making a big partnership deal with the Bell Tower Partners. Kusong Lee named USL Vice Chairman. It's big in terms of the growth of the league over the next couple of years. Gio Reyna getting in touch with his League One side. The U.S. men's national team midfielder investing in Fort Lauderdale United FC, which is set to take part in USL League One's regular season in 2026. And congratulations to Mark McKeever, officially the interim tag removed, and he is the head man in Statesboro, Georgia. He's now led the side to 5 consecutive victories and 6 overall since his takeover. Looking at scores from around the weekend, 1 Knox victorious over Charlotte, Naples shutting out AV Alta, Omaha shutting out Chattanooga, but most importantly, Tormenta defeating Richmond. Now, playoffs, they have now been clinched due to that AV Alta loss for Naples, Knox, and Spokane. Westchester face off against Ford Madison tomorrow night for East Coasters, but for Pacific fans, that is at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Westchester will be eliminated with a loss to Madison. Weekend scores brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Well, with those results, a lot has changed in the league table. Also brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Chattanooga, Knox, Naples, and Spokane all in based on that AV Alta loss. Greenville, right now they are lurking. These standings are live, and a victory tonight would get them 1 point within AV Alta and then set them in contention to jump a struggling Charlotte side in the next couple of weeks. Westchester, it'll be tough to climb out of the bottom of the table. No easy task against Madison tomorrow night. Stay with us. We have highlights and stats coming up next.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too. For part 2 of their inaugural season, you could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at One Spokane Stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
It's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
Halftime highlights brought to you by Spokane By Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, 1-0 your score. And the hosts, well, they have tested the keeper by far, 12 shots to 7, 5 versus 3 on frame, and they've also owned possession, but Greenville have taken advantage of their opportunities. 7 total set pieces and no cards. Greenville will start, and they will go right to left. Spokane left to right. 68 degrees on a late fall evening in the Pacific Northwest. Rodrigo Robles gets us going, and Greenville looking for their 3rd road victory in 2025. Could be their biggest yet. Stay tuned over the next 45 minutes to see if Rick Wright's side can pull off the upset. Josh Lill, pleased to be with you this evening. Live from One Spokane Stadium. And with Chattanooga being shut out by Union Omaha, it paves the way. If Velocity FC can make a comeback and pick up 3 points, they would get back into 2nd place and still keep themselves well within contention for the Players' Shield. Through ball ahead to Jome. Seemed he was shocked that it fell to him. Puts the brakes for his cross. Nico Brett, a volleyed shot over the crossbar. Another chance inside the area, and it's just not been that kind of night for Nico Brett. That ball deflected. Jome with nice poise on the ball. It seemed when Brett went to control that ball, took a spinning bounce. And it made it tough for the USL Championship Centurion to finish that look. Focus has been a key point of emphasis over the past 10 days for Lee Wiedemann. To maintain complete concentration over 90 minutes to pull away with 3 points. As Velocity FC drawing a foul. But he mentioned he was accountable and hard on the guys. And the message of concentration, not just for the leadership group of guys like Derek Waldeck, Luis Gil, Neil Vinyals, but it was for the collective. These 1-score games not sustainable, as this coaching staff has alluded to. Trying to right the ship here atop the 2nd half. Bouncing ball knocked away. Colin Fernandez winding up, and that shot steered aside. Chapa Herrera putting his body on the line. And Justin St. Pierre heading into the area. Could be having a conversation. Brandon Fricke, the captain, over to have words. No bookings tonight for St. Pierre. He's kept the tempers pretty even. Velocity FC need to come out swinging. Evan Lee pokes that away, and again, congratulations to him and the rest of the club on being the first League One player to accumulate 200 appearances across all competitions that USL One takes part in. And as Greenville draw the foul, but the numbers are quite impressive. This is the 170th League One appearance for Evan Lee. He's taken part in 12 Jägermeister Cup group stage matches, 9 in the US Open Cup, 8 in the League One playoffs, and the lone Jägermeister Cup knockout round game for the club against Hartford Athletic that saw the side get eliminated in the intra-season USL tournament. I alluded to it a little bit at the end of the first half, but the veteran presence on this Greenville team, it's quite impressive. Some clubs may even view it as daunting. Dangerous task here as Marsh disrupts the movement of Neil Vinyals. Siobhan John Brown has that ball knocked away, but Evan Lee, Brandon Fricke, and Tyler Pollock, each with over 160 appearances in USL League One all time, all within the top 4, as there is Evan Lee. 12 guarding 12. And Lee losing control, tugging at the jersey of Cameron Miller. Lee also one of 17 players in the history of the league to make over 100 appearances with a single League One club. He's amassed over 13,000 minutes and 76 matches won in the league within the confines of the regular season. And he will go down as one of the greats. A part of that stellar yet short 2020 season saw the Triumph bring home not just the Players' Shield, but the League Championship. John Brown's throw and finding Vinyals. Evades Marsh. Mensah falling in a little more tonight. All eyes have been on him. The form for Mensah has been great as of late. What he's done in the last 6 matches, 4 goals and 2 assists, but the same can be said for Rodrigo Robles. There's Vinyals sniffing out an opportunity and playing that one off the leg of Brandon Fricke. ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. Vinyals with an opportunity on the outswinging ball to connect. Appeared to go off of Chrysler, and he lofts that one over. Collision between a couple of players, and Chrysler really found his 3rd goal in 6 matches. Quite impressive for a center back, and that one off the chest. Mistimed his jump. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flatstick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Greenville historically have had a lot of success on the road. 34 road wins in the club's history. That's tied for most with Union Omaha, who picked up their 35th road victory tonight. Greenville currently 2nd, but on pace to remain tied for 1st. Can they seal the deal? They've been effective between the 61st and 75th minutes this year. 7 goals in that time frame. Could have a chance here. Lee's send in behind Zeke Soto. And Ropapa Mensah shocked that he was not able to connect successfully. Evan Lee, not his type of year, but still giving everything he has, the impact known, and has had his fair share of touches tonight. Connor Evans on the far side on this ICCU corner kick without swing over the head of Patty. Soto to recover, and Herrera can send it into recycle. Played in and finds Soto. Finally called out of play. A delayed whistle there from Justin St. Pierre. Michael Gonzalez coming on for the League One by Centurion. Lee's day will be done. Evan Lee with a solid performance on the road. Not a lot on the stat sheet. The important part is he tested Spokane at the edge of the area. Often made that entering pass to find the runs of the wingers. Michael Gonzalez, an opening day starter this year, has appeared as a sub now for the 5th time in the last 12 matches. Triangular passing display here. Oprah inside, it's picturesque. Spokane have yet to dot their I's and cross their T's. Zeal thought about going left, back on his strong foot. Gives Oprah a chance. Spokane love to set up that triangular passing display. Able to either play it along the byline for a cross or inside for a possible shot attempt. Vignal's taking part in his 160th League One match tonight. As it's intercepted by Oprah. That's tied for 4th all time with Greenville's Tyler Pollock. That tie will stay for Vignals, who has the ball if Pollock does not sub in. Crafty passing. Second best dribble success rate in the league. A lot of footwork drills in practice. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. All hands on deck tonight for Spokane as the club is now in the playoffs for the 2nd year in a row and in their 2nd year of existence. Fans have to be excited about that. Nico Brett beat to the ball by Gunther Rankenberg. Eventually plays it out to Anthony Patty. Now at the hour mark. Foul there by Colin Fernandez. Spokane trailing 1-0. The goal right now for Lee Wiedemann is just working up the league table in contention for the Players' Trophy. Shield, excuse me. A win would jolt Velocity FC back into second, trailing Chattanooga by 2 points, but right now they would remain 5 under Chattanooga and still behind Knoxville and Naples. Nice ball by Heel, had to put on the brakes. As the gravitational movement of the ball was not in favor of Luis Heel. Right now a promising attack for Greenville. Marsh cutting inside, seeking out Evans. And Jalen Chrysler shaken up inside Spokane's own box. First booking of the night shown to Siobhan Marsh. Just the second yellow card against Marsh this year. Ran right into Chrysler. Velocity fans, get match ready with the latest Velocity merchandise. Shop online or in the team store at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. Velocity FC repping their new gray kits tonight. Spokane have one of the best kits in USL League One. Adding gray to the combos, Vinyals shoving down a Greenville player, trying to show good sportsmanship, and the injured man not having it. Brandon Fricky and Anthony Patty accepting Vinyal's condolences. And Justin St. Pierre trying to figure out what's going on. It's Chapa Herrera, the lone goal scorer, and was shoved from behind and now grabbing his calf. Justin St. Pierre not mincing words with Neil Vinyals. And they both come to an understanding. Vinyals amassing over 11,000 minutes in his League One career. It's fair to say he might have a way with the officials. Get 11,000 minutes to practice the conversations with the referees. You might get pretty good at it. Spokane attempting 17 crosses already. That's higher than their season average. So Rick Wright's plan to eliminate the cross, especially in the absence of Derek Waldeck, has not come to fruition. Papa Mensah on it, and the offside flag raised on the far side. Ken wants the match. Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM 157 and the new Sirius XM app. This was about the time last match that Nico Brett scored against Chattanooga. Velocity FC needing a deja vu moment as Vinyals looking for the flick to find Luis Heel. And that favor returned all the way back to Carlos Marancio. As this match goes later, his play with the ball is going to be key. And that was a big point of emphasis in the offseason from the coaching staff. For Carlos Marancio, nothing he could do about that goal from Chapa Herrera because it was from the penalty spot. Jalen Chrysler conceding the PK as he took out Rodrigo Robles mid-air inside the 18-yard box, setting up Herrera. And it seems as Marancio very well could be tested here in a few moments, as Colin Fernandez shown the first Spokane booking of the evening. Number 5 on the air for Fernandez. And Rodrigo Robles has been a foul drawing magnet. The 2 biggest fouls against Spokane have come at the hands of Rodrigo Robles. He's going through it right now on the turf. Rick Wright talking things over with his coaching staff that did such a great job in the Madison match, filling in for him as he was on red card suspension. Robles up on his feet, and he has just been nothing short of stellar in 2025. 7 goals, 9 assists across all competitions. Last year, taking part in just 12 matches with 1 assist. Has been red hot since July. And Lee Wiedemann, well, feeling a little bit uncomfortable. A situation that his club hasn't faced, trailing over the last 2 matches, but trailing late, that's a different story. Connor Evans, who's played all over the pitch this year for Greenville, gets play started again on the far side to DJ Benton. Evan Lee, the lone substitution for Greenville, as the press is on. Every pass so critical for Spokane. Marshawn Heel pokes it free the wrong way. Vignals turning his head north and dispossessed. No foul call to the disliking of the fans. Jack Denton will be the next man to sub on for Spokane. Greenville have had a quiet second half, no shots. 2 touches in the opponent's box. Only 42% of the ball. Not ideal in terms of control, but those crossing numbers are up. How do they handle Spokane late? Luis Heel. Fatigue starting to kick in for Spokane. Gonzalez working inside, hounded out of play, off the hands of Morancio, and out for a goal kick. Justin St. Pierre checking with the far side official to make sure it's not a corner kick opportunity. Jack Denton will come on for Colin Fernandez. Vignals making way for Pierre Reedy. Now these are 2 players that have had a major impact for Spokane in previous days. Jack Denton with the game-sealing goal in the League One quarterfinals against Northern Colorado last year, and Pierre Reedy is back on for Spokane. He hasn't appeared since the start of August against Omaha. The club going 5 matches without seeing Reedy on the pitch, so positive signs for Lee Wiedemann. Elite minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game, and visit our website today. Lee Wiedemann hoping the heroics of Jack Denton and Pierre Reedy in past days are unlocked here. Reedy 2 goals and 3 assists in 2025 and a player of the week in the early stages of the season. One of his 2 goals and 2 of his 3 assists coming in a singular match. He's the first ever Spokane player to have a 3-goal contribution match. Pace here for Spokane. Siobhan John Brown's cross deflected off the backside of a Greenville defender. Sent back all the way to Carlos Marancio. For Jack Denton, he's been out the last 8 matches. 100% availability for Spokane. We'll see if it works in their favor here. As there is an injury to Zeke Soto on the near touchline. There was no whistle initially. This Spokane crowd has not minced words with Justin St. Pierre tonight. And Soto very quick to his feet. No foul, but it's a drop ball for Spokane, and play continues. Denton now up to Joe. Anwar Pelayo is in squad for the first time in 4 matches, excuse me. Will we see him late? They've gone winless without Pelayo. Play sent around Michael Gonzalez, someone who benefited from the group sessions and training in the midweek for Greenville. Rick Wright working specifically with the forwards on finishing chances and opportunities in the final third. Gonzalez, someone who walked away from those specific sessions with a little bit of new knowledge and some improvement. Those training sessions coming from one of Rick Wright's mentors, Gary Lineker, the former Tottenham and Barcelona man, who scored 238 goals back in his heyday. That might be the right person to learn from if you're Greenville. We'll see if the work on patterns in the final third and technique pays off for the Triumph. Nice moves. Marsh getting by Denton. He'll have a go with the right foot, and it's stopped by Carlos Marancio. A leaping save to keep the result within reach. A nifty move inside by the veteran midfielder. And Marancio had to come way off his line. Look at him at the edge of the 6-yard box. A leaping stop. Nice catch by the ball boy on the first bounce. Nice ECU corner kick for Connor Evans. Trained with the club for 2 days, played 7 minutes in the preseason, and was signed to a contract. Can he finish the chance here? It trickles to the backside and controlled by Chapa Herrera. Gonzalez on it. Evans at the edge of the area, cutting inside. Connor Evans' shot is blocked. Chapa Herrera on it. Quick touch by Robles. Robles back on it. Who has shown a lot of spontaneous play here in 2025. Zeke Soto with plenty of space, has the green light and rifles it on the ground to Marancio, and pulling his jersey up and slamming it in frustration. Sense of urgency here. A quarter after the hour. 3 shots, but none to test Gunther Rankenberg in half number 2 for Spokane. Can Lee Viedman draw up here? Joan looking for Brett. It goes wide. Brown chasing. Cleared out for a throw-in. Substitutions. Ready to see the pitch for the first time this evening. Zeke Soto out and Pascal Corvino in for Greenville. And there is the one and only Leo Castro, out the last 8 matches with a lower body injury. Was red hot, 7 goals and 3 assists before being forced out of the everyday lineup. And the 36-year-old Colombian forward looking to play closer here. Rick Wright ever so grateful to have him back in the matchday squad. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Leo Castro having experience with top-notch clubs around the world, especially with the Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaiser Chiefs. And Rick Wright mentioning he takes this role as a veteran leader very seriously on this roster. He's a mentor to all of the younger guys. There's Anwar Pelaez and Javier Martin in for Spokane. Lee Viedman countering the attacking substitution by Rick Wright with Leo Castro sending in his very own Anwar Pelaez. Seeing action for the first time in 4 matches. It'll cost Luis Gil the end of his day. And Pelaez back on. 8 goals in league play this year, 10 across all comps. At one point have five consecutive matches with a goal contribution. The Stars are literally aligning tonight. Castro and Pelaez facing off with just under about 13 minutes to go until stoppage time. Spokane drawing a foul. First couple of cheers that Justin St. Pierre, the head official, has heard tonight from the Spokane crowd. Chapa Herrera, a cause for the plethora of boos that have rained down in the stands from one Spokane stadium this evening. Jack Denton on this ball. Playing it safely to the far side is Joan. And that cross blocked immediately. No room to work. As Chapa Herrera's one-on-one defending has been stellar tonight. Breton Pelaez sharing the pitch. Siobhan John Brown was ready to chase that ball on the far side. Martin's out-swinging cross out of play, and Spokane thought it was a corner initially, but it's a Gunther Rankenberg goal kick. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. Spokane have been tested in a variety of ways this year, with many different looks to their starting 11. That's been a strength for Lee Viedman. The variety in which they win games, whether it's sitting low and working in transition via the counterattack or just the steady build on offense. But to be a successful team in the playoffs, you have to know how to get it done in a multitude of scenarios. In these late game spots, it's simple. Lee Wiedemann wants to see his side be more proactive. It'll start right here in the 80th minute. Jump off of Pelaez. High ball collected by Brett. Reedy looking for it, who, unlike Siobhan John Brown, very direct in the movement. Spokane not a team that likes to send a hopeless ball down the pitch. They want to be secure on the ground, and guys like Reedy and Siobhan John Brown give Lee Wiedemann that luxury. The big question is, can it have an impact here late? As we're under 10 minutes until the approximate announcement of stoppage time. Spokane clinching a playoff spot today with an AV Alta loss against Naples. But like Velocity FC, Naples and Knoxville also into the postseason. Naples, the first of the 2025 expansion sides to head to the postseason. Knoxville there for the third consecutive year. Chattanooga in for the first time in 3 years, and Spokane back-to-back years. Pelaez, nice touch inside, it's Brett, can't control. Martin's shot is blocked. And he is livid, placing the ball in a courteous manner for Gunther Rankenberg. And the crowd loves it. That's the beauty of Pelaez and Brett working atop the formation. And apologies there, that shot by Martin was not blocked. Just an optical illusion, but Anthony Patty is down inside the 6-yard box. All Lee Wiedemann can do, pardon me, is ponder how to attack Greenville. A defense that has been on their heels several times tonight, but has not given in. Spokane have had nearly 60% of the ball. Rick Wright unfazed. This very well could be one of the biggest victories for Greenville in 2025. The win number 29 in the professional head coaching career of Rick Wright, if this result were to hold. It would also put Greenville just 1 point out of 9th place under AV Alta. As Patty is up to his feet, and we're ready for the goal kick. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. And their star man, Anwar Pillai, is taken down by Brandon Fricke, immediately shown the yellow card, but right away, helping Pillai to his feet. A captain-like act there after the foul. Going over to help Pillai up. A set-piece chance late here in a match that Spokane needs so desperately. Justin St. Pierre making sure everything is to his liking. Andre Lewis giving the go-ahead. Lofted up, Pillai is there. Mensah gets a touch. So does Leo Castro and Pascal Corvino. Castro falls on it and lets it go out of play. It looked like that ball might have gone off of Castro himself, but Justin St. Pierre has a better look than we do. Win big at Spokane's favorite casino, Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, located in Airway Heights. Spokane with a higher XG up to this point. Stats indicating that it is very likely Spokane could score late. As Pelaez is on the ball. And a slow roller behind Andre Lewis. Greenville on the counter. And that ball behind Leo Castro. Marsh losing it for a moment. And booted away by Carlos Marancio. This being the part of the match where the legs begin to go, as they say. Ivan Ajakwa will be the next man in for Greenville, along with Zane Bubb. Zane Bubb recently fit to return back to the Greenville lineup. Connor Evans, the injured man, and we'll have to await the arrival of the substitutions. Ivan Ajakwa, the London native, the Furman alum, scored his first professional goal nearly 5 months ago against Richmond. It's been over a year since Zane Bubb has netted a score. Did so for Tampa Bay in the USL Championship back in 2024. This year has recorded 1 assist in league play and 1 more in the Jägermeister Cup. The 4th official making sure things are in order. Anthony Patty out and Bubb in. Siobhan Marsh will exit. Connor Evans having to await the signal of the 4th official after coming up injured on the previous sequence. Pelaez double teamed, and it stays with the hosts. Pierre Reedy to take the throw in. Lee Wiedemann has to be ecstatic to see those neon green cleats with that number 11 jersey back on the pitch for his side. Reedy's throw, it's long, it's promising. Finds Siobhan John Brown. All numbers forward for Spokane. Lewis's feed initially intercepted. And Jacqua on it. And somehow Andre Lewis escapes with it. His cross headed away and out for an ICCU corner kick. Brandon Fricke doing everything in his power to prevent a test on Gunther Rankenberg. Just over 90 seconds until the start of stoppage time. ICCU corner kick. It's down and in. Pierre Reedy, pass across. Ish Joe. Excellent footwork from the Greenville defense to knock it away from the Spokane wingback. And Greenville can bleed a little clock here. Joan wins it back and finds Chrysler. A defender that brings scoring prowess to this lineup. See if he gets involved in terms of header opportunities. Reedy cutting inside, having a go on goal, and sending it wide to the right of Gunther Rankenberg. Pure Reedy so quick with every movement. But that ball not really having much movement. Rankenberg's goal kick. And it stays with Greenville. The fourth official set to indicate stoppage time, which is presented by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort and Hotel. 6 minutes of added time. A touch there, finds Mensah, and a diving Morancio. Able to keep this a 1-goal game. Not easy with Mensah lurking. Scored on a very similar opportunity against Burn Shipman a week ago. Joe knifing through the defense. Old reliable Andre Lewis on the ball. Reedy taken out from behind. Jacques last to touch. But it will be a free kick as Chapa Herrera picking up the foul. One of the grittier players for this Greenville lineup and unapologetic in the way he goes about the game. Denton, the man on the ball. The Thunder is pounding from the stands. And it's beyond Miller's reach. The crowd continuing to get louder in support of their Spokane players. Those drums have been going for all 90-plus minutes. Will it be enough to will their side to a result? Or even a possible miraculous victory? We've seen stranger things in USL League One. Corvino, nice defending on Denton to force the set piece. Not willing to risk the crossing chance, and Denton has to hurry to get the select ball for this ICCU corner kick for Financial Success Fan Club. Last match of the night in USL League One. Spokane looking to jump back into second in the league table. They'll need all 3 points to do it. As Denton plays it in, it's off the hands of Rankenberg. And caught by Lee Wieben. Morancio forward. Already have one goalie goal this season via Tormenta's Austin Pack. And that header was the best chance as of late for Spokane. Cameron Miller usually can find him in the air on corner kicks and long crosses into the 18-yard box. But it has been that kind of night for Spokane. Frustrating nonetheless. One could say that it's this type of streak that turns a team like Spokane into possible champions down the line. It goes without saying, though. Lee Wieben never had going winless in this stretch on his mind. Rankenberg taking his time and might even be content with a possible time-wasting yellow card. Over the last 4 games for Spokane, that goal-scoring count has gone down by 1. They had that 3-3 draw against Texoma, a 2-2 draw against Omaha, a 2-1 loss to Chattanooga, and right now being shut out It would be the first time since the end of August when they fell to 1 Knox, 1-0. That loss has made things troubling as of late for Spokane. Greenville, however, on their way to what could be their second consecutive win. They've only done that twice this year in league play. Spokane might have something to say about that here in the final 60 seconds or so. As Anjakwa clearing that one into the Spokane bench, but Velocity FC still threatening. Greenville looking for back-to-back shutouts and back-to-back wins. Precious points on the table for both of these clubs, as Reedy's header immediately sent back. Time beginning to run out on Spokane. What do they have left? It's headed and popped free. Greenville looking to keep it alive. It stays with Spokane, and Denton having to play it immediately. Morancio lucky that ball didn't roll any slower, or he might have been in trouble in a one-on-one scenario. Nice catch there by backup keeper Ryan Bilichuk. And terrible pass there by Javier Martin into triple coverage. And an overzealous pass. It's eventually blown dead by our official referee. Over the approximate time, and this ball rolling right to Gunther Rankenberg. And that is it. The Greenville Triumph are victorious on the road, defeating Spokane Velocity via the shutout for the second consecutive match. Rick Wright with what could be the biggest win for Greenville and a tone setter here in the final month of the season. Carlos Morancio with a fantastic effort. The lone goal conceded via the penalty kick. Otherwise, Morancio was nothing short of stellar. And for his efforts in the 75th minute, named with the play of the match, brought to you by Modelo, a leaping stop from a shot outside the area by Siobhan Marsh. Morancio tonight had to deal with 4 shots on target, making several saves, and frustration for a Spokane side that was well in contention for the Players' Shield, now falling off here after a brutal month of September. Greenville, one could say, very grateful for this result due to the hard work and effort of that man, Chopper Herrera, Brendan Fricke, and all the rest of this Greenville club. Final score brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Triumph coming away with the big 1-0 victory on the road against Spokane. Stay tuned. We have highlights and stats coming up next.
De vez en cuando, todos queremos soltarnos. Solo necesitamos un poco de ayuda. Conozca Un Poco de Ayuda. El Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition 2024 pasa por cualquier terreno para que puedas darlo todo. Obtén una gran oferta en una Bronco Sport hoy mismo. Arrienda una Bronco Sport Wild Edition por $339 al mes por 36 meses o cómpralo con 3.9 por 36 y obtén $2,000 de bono Wild.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. and urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
Your final score brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Lee Wiedman's side shut out in a one-score affair at home. Chopper Herrera, the lone goal scorer for the Greenville Triumph. This is now the longest winless skid in the history of Spokane. 4 consecutive. And Greenville will head home with a massive 3 points and their second win streak of 2025. Full-time highlight. On the heroic efforts of Carlos Marancio. The home side dominating the overall shots, but shots on frame even for both sides. Here on the Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino full-time stats, 61 possession, looking very much like AV Alta for Velocity FC. 10 total corners and 3 total bookings tonight between both clubs. Greenville, they didn't need the ball to have success. They converted their opportunities when it mattered the most, and then stood strong defensively at the end of the match when Spokane was threatening at their peak. Spokane are now winless across their last 4, and Greenville steal points on the road to make it 2 in a row. Your final score brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. A huge thank you to our entire crew for making this match and production possible. Again, congratulations to Evan Lee on 200 League One appearances across all competitions. For the rest of the crew, I'm Josh Lill. Greenville stunned Spokane on the road 1-0.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.